Impressive work, James, Marcus said, scrolling through my presentation. This AI security system could revolutionize how we protect corporate networks. I nodded, trying not to show how proud I was of the project I'd spent 2 years developing. Thank you, sir. The neural network's ability to detect and adapt to new cyber threats is completely unique. We could patent this within months. My name is James Chen, and at 32, I created something that could change the cybersecurity industry forever. An artificial intelligence system that could learn and evolve faster than any hacker, protecting networks in real time without human intervention. The board meeting is next week, Marcus continued, leaning back in his leather chair. I want you to send me all the documentation, every line of code, every test result. Something in his tone made me hesitate. In 5 years at TechShield Industries, I'd learned to read my boss's moods. Something wasn't right. Of course, I said carefully, though I should be there to explain the technical aspects. That won't be necessary, he cut in smoothly. I understand it well enough to present it myself. Of course he did. Marcus had been taking more and more credit for my work lately. Small things at first, a feature here, an innovation there. But this was different. This was my life's work. That evening, as I prepared the files he'd requested, I got a message from Sarah in HR. Emergency meeting tomorrow, 9 a.m. Mandatory. I sat back in my chair, pieces clicking into place. Marcus wouldn't dare, would he? The next morning, I walked into the conference room to find Marcus, Sarah, and 2 security guards waiting. James, Marcus began, not even trying to hide his smirk. We've discovered some concerning behavior. Unauthorized use of company resources, working on personal projects during company time. I stayed silent, watching him lay out his trap. Furthermore, he continued, you violated your contract by developing competing technology while employed here. All your work belongs to TechShield. We'll be taking control of the project effective immediately. You mean you'll be taking control? I said quietly. His smile widened. Pack your things. Security will escort you out. As I gathered my belongings, I could see Marcus already rehearsing his board presentation through his office window. He thought he'd won. Thought he'd stolen 2 years of my work with a few manufactured accusations. What he didn't know was that I'd seen this coming months ago. The AI system had a unique feature, one I hadn't documented. A specialized code buried deep in its neural pathways designed to activate exactly 30 days after deployment. In my apartment that night, I opened my laptop and checked the hidden backup server where I'd been documenting everything. Every conversation with Marcus, every stolen idea, every manipulated report, and most importantly, every change he'd made to my code after stealing it. My phone buzzed, a message from Tom in it. He's already modified the base code, trying to make it look like his work, just like you said he would. I smiled, thinking about the trap Marcus was walking into. He was so busy erasing my fingerprints from the project. He didn't realize he was actually arming the trigger. In 30 days, when the system went live for the board, it would do exactly what it was supposed to do, expose every security threat to the company, including the ones hiding in the CEO's office. Over the next few weeks, I watched from afar as Marcus prepared to unveil his revolutionary AI system. Tom kept me updated on every change, every modification, every attempt to erase my contribution. He's completely rewriting the documentation, Tom messaged one evening, removing all traces of your name. But he can't understand half the architecture. He's making mistakes. Perfect. Every change Marcus made to try covering his tracks only reinforced the hidden protocol I'd built into the system's core. Like a digital immune system, it was designed to recognize and remember its original creator. 20 days after my firing, I received an unexpected visitor. Sarah from HR stood at my apartment door, looking nervous. James, she said quickly, glancing over her shoulder. I need to tell you something. About Marcus. I let her in curious. Sarah had always been Marcus's loyal soldier, following his orders without question. He's done this before, she said, perching on the edge of my couch. At his last company, stole a major project, fired the developer. The guy tried to sue, but, she paused, the evidence disappeared. Just like your personnel files are disappearing now. I kept my face neutral. Why are you telling me this? Because it's wrong, she said firmly, and because I found something when I was archiving your files. She pulled out a thumb drive. original project proposals from 2 years ago. Your proposals, with timestamps and signatures. Marcus must have missed these. I took the drive, already knowing it would fit perfectly with the evidence I've been collecting. Thank you, Sarah. But aren't you worried about your job? She stood up, straightening her blazer. Some things are more important than jobs, James. Besides, she smiled slightly, I already have interviews lined up at other companies. What Marcus is doing, it's not just wrong, it's illegal. After she left, I checked my hidden server. 10 days until activation. Marcus had scheduled the board presentation for exactly 30 days after my firing, wanting to establish his ownership of the project as quickly as possible. My phone buzzed. Tom again. You need to see this. He's trying to patch in new security protocols, making a mess of the core functions. I logged in remotely through a secure connection Tom had maintained. There it was, Marcus attempting to modify the AI's fundamental architecture, trying to make it look like his own work. Every clumsy change created new vulnerabilities, new gaps in the system. Gaps that would be exposed when the hidden protocol activated. 7 days before the presentation, I received another unexpected message. This time from Marcus himself. James, upon review, perhaps we were hasty in terminating your position. Would you be interested in discussing a consulting role? Limited scope, of course. Marcus. He was getting nervous. The system wasn't behaving quite the way he expected. His modifications were creating unpredictable results, and he couldn't understand why. I didn't respond. 3 days before the board meeting, Marcus tried again, this time offering a generous compensation package in exchange for my technical insights. Still, I waited. The day before the presentation, Tom sent me the final confirmation. Everything's in place. Marcus has scheduled a company-wide system update for tomorrow morning. The entire board will be watching the live demonstration. I smiled, thinking about the elegant simplicity of it all. Marcus had spent weeks trying to erase me from my own creation, not realizing that every change he made only strengthened its core purpose, to identify and expose security threats. And tomorrow, in front of the board, the system would identify its biggest security threat of all. Thanks, Tom, I replied. Make sure you're recording tomorrow. Every screen, every reaction. Then I sat back and waited for the show to begin. The morning of the board presentation, I sat in a coffee shop across from TechShield's headquarters, watching through the live feed Tom had set up. The boardroom was full, executives, investors, and tech journalists all gathered to see Marcus's revolutionary breakthrough. Ladies and gentlemen, Marcus began, standing proudly at the podium. Today, we unveil the future of cybersecurity, an AI system that can detect and neutralize threats in real time. I checked my watch. 3 minutes until the system update went live. This technology, which I've developed over the past 2 years, Marcus continued, represents a quantum leap in network protection. Allow me to demonstrate. Tom's message popped up. Update initiating. You should see his face. On screen, Marcus clicked to start the demonstration. The massive display behind him lit up, showing the AI's interface. Everything looked normal, exactly as he expected. Then the system spoke. Initiating security protocol, the AI's voice announced. Detecting unauthorized modifications to core architecture. Marcus's smile faltered slightly. This wasn't part of his script. Warning, the AI continued. Multiple security vulnerabilities detected. Source, recent unauthorized changes to base code by user, Marcus Wheeler. The color drained from Marcus's face as he frantically clicked through screens, trying to stop what was happening. But every click only triggered more revelations. The display shifted, showing side-by-side comparisons. My original, elegant code versus Marcus's clumsy modifications. Timestamps of his changes. Recorded meetings where he'd taken credit for my work. Emails where he planned my firing. What you're seeing, the AI explained to the stunned audience, is a comprehensive security audit. My primary function is to identify and expose threats to system integrity. The biggest threat detected, systematic theft of intellectual property by Marcus Wheeler. Sarah's documented evidence appeared next, proof of Marcus's pattern of stealing others' work. Then came the original project proposals she'd saved, showing my name and timestamps. Turn it off, Marcus shouted, but the system wasn't responding to his commands. It had recognized him as a threat and locked him out. One of the board members stood up. "Mr. Wheeler, what is the meaning of this?" "It's a trick," Marcus stammered. A disgruntled ex-employee. Actually, Tom's voice came from the doorway as he walked in, holding a stack of papers. "It's exactly what the AI is designed to do. Protect intellectual property and expose security threats. James Chen built this system. These are the original development logs, proving his ownership." The boardroom erupted in chaos. Journalists were frantically taking notes. Investors were making calls. And Marcus looked like a man watching his world collapse. My phone buzzed. A message from the board chairman. "Mr. Chen, this is Charles Montgomery. Would you be willing to meet to discuss your AI system?" The real one, not the compromised version Mr. Wheeler attempted to present. I smiled, typing back, "Of course. Though you should know, what you saw today was the real system, working exactly as designed. It protects against all security threats, including corporate espionage." Within hours, Marcus was escorted out of the building. By evening, news of the scandal had hit the tech blogs. "AI exposes corporate theft during live demo," read the headlines. 1 week later, I sat across from the board of directors, explaining my true vision for the AI system. They listened intently, particularly to my explanation of its ethical protocols. How it was designed not just to protect networks, but to ensure corporate transparency and accountability. "We'd like to offer you a position," Charles said after my presentation. "Chief Technology Officer with full control over your AI's development, and of course, complete patent rights under your name." I accepted, with one condition. Tom would head my development team, and Sarah would lead a new corporate ethics division. As for Marcus, last I heard, he was facing multiple lawsuits, including from his previous companies where he'd pulled similar stunts. The AI had exposed not just his theft of my work, but a pattern of intellectual property theft spanning years. Sometimes the best revenge isn't about destruction. It's about letting the truth reveal itself at exactly the right moment. Now, whenever I walk past my old office, Marcus's former office, and my new one, I think about something my father used to say: "Intelligence without integrity is a weapon pointed in the wrong direction." Marcus thought he was stealing a weapon. Instead, he armed it against himself. The AI system? It's now an industry standard, protecting not just against external threats, but internal ones too. Every time it identifies and stops corporate theft, I think about that board meeting, about Marcus's face when he realized the truth. He spent so much time trying to erase me from my creation, he never realized that my real signature wasn't in the documentation or the code comments. It was in the heart of the system itself, an unshakable commitment to exposing the truth. Sometimes the best security system isn't just about protecting data. Sometimes it's about protecting what's right.